And then we get to Milwaukee. So it is going to be a time of change there. This part of it is a certainty. Doc Rivers is out after 3 years as the head coach of the Bucks. That was not unexpected, particularly after some comments he made last week. But the real interesting part then becomes Giannis Antetokounmpo, who spoke to reporters after the season finale yesterday and was asked if he thought this was his last game in Milwaukee. The comments were not made on camera, so I'll read them to you. He said, "That's a very good question. I don't know. It's not up to me. We'll see. I feel like sometimes people just don't listen. They listen to the sources. The main source is me. It is what it is. So again, do not disturb on my phone. Go about my day, improve, and come back better. So if everything goes well, hopefully the Bucks want me here. Why not? But if they don't, okay." Vinny? What does that mean? What is he saying? What is Giannis? Help me interpret what I just read.
It doesn't matter what he just said. Here's the facts. The facts is that the Milwaukee Bucks can offer Giannis a 4-year, $275 million contract extension on October 1st. If he's still there and he says no, that's the sign that says trade me, right? Because if someone offers you $68 million per year, and you turn it down, that's saying, baby, I don't want to be here no more. Yeah. You got to go.
I got to get up out of here.
Shump, you've been in the league through so many of the biggest stars working their way out of situations. We all know we can run down the list of them, from LeBron in Cleveland and Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony and guys that wanted to get out of one place and into another. So why is Giannis saying it isn't up to me when clearly in this day and age it is at least partially up to him? Why do you think he's saying it the way he's saying it?
I think Giannis just spent a lot of time not being a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He don't want to be the villain, so to speak. Want to keep it positive. Had a great time in Milwaukee. You know, the fans was great. He probably got a couple places he go get some home-cooked meals and everything. But sometimes you got to just be the bad guy and say, yeah, I can't.
See, here's what it reminds me of. When Kevin Garnett left Minnesota, no one blamed him. He had done everything he could there. Giannis has taken it even a step further. Garnett couldn't get that team to a championship, as great as he was. Giannis brought a title to Milwaukee. He's been there forever. He's done everything right. If you're, in my opinion, and who am I to speak for the fans in Milwaukee? Yeah. But if he says, you know what, I've done everything I can do here, it's time for me to move on. I think if I'm a Bucks fan, I give him a standing ovation. I say thank you for everything. It is time, and I would not blame him for saying it is time.
I don't think anybody in Milwaukee will blame him. I think he just has this preconceived notion that they will.
Right.
But I don't think anybody's going to get mad at Giannis for what he's done, how he plays the game, how he approaches the game, how he tries to bring people with him. Nobody has a problem with it. You need to leave Milwaukee.
I think it's a great example you brought up the Kevin Garnett thing, because for the last 3 or 4...
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we are talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks, and the writing is on the wall. Doc Rivers is out after 3 years as head coach. That was not unexpected. But the real story is Giannis. After the season finale, he was asked if he thought this was his last game in Milwaukee. His answer was telling. He said, "That is a very good question. I do not know. It is not up to me. We will see. I feel like sometimes people just do not listen. They listen to the sources. The main source is me. It is what it is." The analysts on Get Up are breaking down what this means, and Iman Shumpert thinks Giannis has played his final game for the Bucks. Let me get into it. First, let me give you the context. The Bucks can offer Giannis a 4-year, $275 million contract extension on October 1st. That is $68 million per year. Vinny Goodwill says, if someone offers you $68 million per year and you turn it down, that is saying, baby, I do not want to be here no more. You got to go. That is the bottom line. The money is not the issue. The issue is whether Giannis believes he can win another championship in Milwaukee. Sean, one of the analysts, asks why Giannis is saying it is not up to him when clearly in this day and age, it is at least partially up to him. Iman Shumpert answers. He says, I think Giannis just spent a lot of time not being a bad guy. He does not want to be the villain, so to speak. He wants to keep it positive. He had a great time in Milwaukee. The fans were great. He probably got a couple places he can go get some home-cooked meals. But sometimes you got to just be the bad guy and say, yeah, I cannot. Vinny compares Giannis to Kevin Garnett. He says when Garnett left Minnesota, no one blamed him. He had done everything he could there. Giannis has taken it even a step further. Garnett could not get that team to a championship. Giannis brought a title to Milwaukee. He has been there forever. He has done everything right. Vinny says, if he says, you know what? I have done everything I can do here. It is time for me to move on. I think if I am a Bucks fan, I give him a standing ovation. I say thank you for everything. It is time. I would not blame him for saying it is time. Iman agrees. He says, I do not think anybody in Milwaukee will blame him. I think he just has this preconceived notion that they will. But I do not think anybody is going to get mad at Giannis for what he has done, how he plays the game, how he approaches the game, how he tries to bring people with him. Nobody has a problem with it. You need to leave Milwaukee. But here is the question. Did Giannis wait 2 years too long? He has had calf injuries. He has never played more than 75 games in the last 4 or 5 years. He only played 36 games this year. You are hoping there is still tread on this tire. If he does decide to leave, there is no guarantee that he is going to be playing like this until he is 3. 5. Vinny asks, is Giannis at this age and stage of his life still the best player on a championship team? Can he be the best player on a team that wins a title? I do not know right now. Iman adds that Giannis needs help. He says, he had Chris Middleton. He had Drew Holiday. These are the things that were helping push them over the edge. He did his part. He is their horse. He is going to bring it along. But at the end of those games, making decisions, making big shots, making free throws, you have to have somebody else for that. That is the key. Giannis cannot do it alone. He needs a closer. He needs a decision maker. And the Bucks do not have that right now. So, where does Giannis go? The analysts say the usual suspects are always going to be the New York Knicks. It has been no secret that he prefers to go to New York, just because of his Nigerian Greek heritage and everything else. The Lakers will always be in the conversation. Any team that has significant draft capital or young players, the San Antonio Spurs, the Houston Rockets. This becomes a question of if you are Milwaukee, you have to go out and give yourself the best chance to jumpstart a rebuild. The Bucks do not even have their own draft capital by virtue of previous trades. They are tied into Damian Lillard's contract that they stretched after his Achilles injury. They do not have cap flexibility. They have to get the best possible deal. Vinny says, hopefully for their sake, Giannis does not hamstring THM by demanding only one destination. If Giannis gives the Bucks a list of teams he is willing to go to, they can work with that. If he says only New York or only Los Angeles, that limits the return. But the Bucks have to move him. They have no choice. The analysts also discuss the timing. The NBA Finals could go to a Game 7 on June 19th. The draft is June 24th. So, a trade could happen before the draft. That would allow the acquiring team to use their draft picks as part of the package. Iman jokes that if the Knicks are still playing in the finals, they're not trading for Giannis. But then he says, you can trade a player during the finals? No, you cannot. That would be bad. Then he makes a hilarious analogy. He says, that is like dating a woman, and then Kelly Rowland approaches you. No, no, no. I do not want to date her. I got something else at home. We got Mikal Bridges at home. But then he says, no, that is Giannis on the other side. That is no disrespect to them. It is Giannis over there. You better go get him. That is the bottom line. If Giannis is available, every team in the league should be calling. He is a top 5 player when healthy. He is a former MVP and Finals MVP. He is a Defensive Player of the Year. He is a champion. And he wants to win. The Knicks have the assets. The Lakers have the allure. The Spurs have the young core and Wembanyama. The Rockets have the draft capital. It is going to be a bidding war. But here is the thing. Giannis is not the same player he was 5 years ago. The injuries are piling up. The calf issues are concerning. He is 31 years old. He relies on athleticism. When that goes, what is left? He is not a great shooter. He is not a great free throw shooter. He is a freight train going downhill. But freight trains slow down. So, whoever trades for Giannis is betting that he has 3 or 4 more elite years left. That is a big bet. But it is a bet most teams would take. So here is my question to you in the comments. Where does Giannis end up? The Knicks? The Lakers? The Spurs? Or somewhere else? And is he still a top 5 player in the league? Let me know. I read every single comment. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell. We are building something special here. I will see you in the next one.